Hey, they say it ain't over till it's over. And let me tell you, this one definitely ain't over.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. We're in the second quarter as it's the Texans in control of the football. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Ready, 60 red, 60 red.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Once more, here's Eckler. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over. So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers last week, dropping that game to the Indianapolis Colts. But the good news for them, they've got the lead right now and the football. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. On the counter, it's Taylor. Gets around him. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Ravens ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Jackson on the screen. This is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll set up a throw. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a first down as they're in the field goal range now at the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Justin Fields, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Russell Wilson, 3 touchdown passes as his guys bounced back from the defeat on opening weekend. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready. Yeah, cut.
They give to Taylor out of the gun to about the 40-yard line.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Back to throw again. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 28. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Now he's flushed out left. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Up the middle with Eckler. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Arnold Ebiketie, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's got it to about the 40. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and that will keep the deficit at 20. Houston's offense taking over again. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 32. Kill him.
First and 10, Taylor now. Down to about the 22 here. 62 yards on the ground for him so far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they'll get him down right around the 16. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Taylor will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. On third down, Jackson. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Jackson to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. Now it's Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Jackson completes it to Hardman. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. On first and 10, it's Jackson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now. This is the tight end, Njoku. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Jackson. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hit